Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know that I have been gone for a very long time, but it happens. I am still your friendly neighborhood e-girl. Nothing has changed. I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm back for good because that would be a lie, but the depression has lifted for a little bit and I thought, why not take this inspiration and do something about it. So, as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about some facts that I've learned while reading Midnight Sun. If you don't know what Midnight Sun is, it basically is the first Twilight book from Edward's perspective. Stephenie Meyer originally said she was never going to release it, blah, blah, blah. But I suppose this pandemic has changed things, obviously, in a lot of ways. And she was like, okay, sis, I'm going to go ahead and drop the book. So I am about a third of the way through it. On page 196, chapter 10. So this is not all the facts I'm gonna learn. This is just a part 1 video. I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. There will be spoilers if you have not read the Twilight books, if you have not seen Twilight, and if you have not read Midnight Sun and you don't want any spoilers, go ahead and just click out of this video. Because honestly, even if you have seen Twilight, this is from Edward's perspective. Even if you've read the books, his perspective gives you new angles, so there will still be spoilers, I feel like, regardless. Tread at your own, what's the word, discretion. So yeah, and also, since I am back until the depression decides to whisk me away off to depression land again, let me know in the comments, maybe some facts you've learned if you're reading the book, if you're Team Edward or Jacob, and then in general what you want to see for future videos, because I have no clue at this point and I have new subscribers, so I want to do things that will make me happy and you happy. But without further ado, let's get into this video. If I'm looking down, it's because I have an iPad with my notes in it, because it's a lot to remember in my mind. That makes sense, maybe. Anyway, this is Midnight Sun, by the way. She's beautiful, she's gorgeous, we love her. Moving right along. So the first fact, and I have to hold this kind of close because I don't have my glasses on, because I don't film with my glasses because I'm ugly, but that's fine, that's a different video altogether. So first fact I learned, which was really cool, Charlie's thoughts are harder for Edward to read. On page 62, he says, Charlie Swan was not as silent as his daughter, but I could see where she got it from. His thoughts were partially concealed, not absent. I could only make out the tenor, the tone of them. I thought that was very cool. I always wondered if Edward was able to read Charlie's thoughts, also if he was able to read Renee's thoughts. I wasn't sure if, Bella's was the only one that were hard for him to read, and so the fact that it could be Charlie giving her the genetic makeup, making it impossible for Edward to read her thoughts, is really cool. I love Charlie, he's such a badass.
I never snitch on daddy.
And I also wonder if Charlie became a vampire, would he be a shield like Bella? Would he be as powerful? Would he be a shield in different ways? Because if you remember from Breaking Dawn, part 2, part 2, I believe, one of them says that Bella is a shield because Edward is holding her hand, and Zafrina and her sister from the rainforest are showing Edward the rainforest, and he says to Bella, if you weren't holding my hand, I would think that I was literally in the rainforest. And that's when someone picks up on the fact that she is a shield. So I wonder if Charlie is also a shield. That's pretty cool. So second fact, Edward was willing to fight against Rosalie and Jasper in order to make sure they did not kill Bella. And so Rosalie basically wanted to kill Bella because she didn't want to move again. They had just moved. She was finally going to be able to not be a senior in high school anymore, and not be in high school in general, and she didn't want to have to be uprooted again. And then Jasper wanted to kill Bella just because he'd been in war before.
Battle scars.
And didn't want, he kind of wanted to, how would I put this? take care of the problem before it became a problem. And Edward could sense that in their thoughts, and immediately he made the decision that if he needed to fight Rose and Jasper, then he would do it 100%, period.
Sis finna y'all woo on Cap.
I thought that was really cool, to be able to see like what went down when he saved her, because you can see in the movie and you can obviously read in the books that they were pretty upset with Edward about saving her, and honestly kind of never understood why. Edward's justification was if the van had crushed her, he would have exposed them all in a different type of way. Obviously, he would have drank her blood. So I never understood why exactly they were upset with him. It was kind of a lose-lose situation for him. So being able to listen in on him, listening in on their thoughts was super cool. I really like his perspective, and I really hope that Stephanie does the entire series from his perspective. I would read that in a heartbeat. So the third fact, Alice saw Bella dead by Edward's hands or as a vampire. Those are the only two options that were solidified in Alice's visions. She was either going to be dead because Edward had killed her, literally just drank her blood, or she was going to be one of them. And Edward really did not like that. He actually tried to fight against that for a very long while. The fourth fact, Edward ignored Bella for more than a month before giving in. And by ignoring, I mean he didn't look at her, talk to her, zip. He just watched her through other people's minds. In the movies, it makes it seem like he only ignores her for a couple of days, which I know that they have time periods or time limits with the movies, so I can understand why they had to rush that. But to know that he really did try for over a month and a half not to be in Bella's life to try and change Alice's future was pretty cool. It didn't feel like a month for sure. Like I said, the movie is different time constraints, so I definitely understand that. Okay, so number 5. This is a big one. I feel like it is heavily implied, but I don't remember it ever being explicitly stated. So, Rose was envious about Bella. Not only for being human, which we already knew that. Like, we know that Rose is envious because Bella is human and it can grow old and have children and literally have the life that Rosalie wants with Emmett. But she is also envious of Bella for Edward fancying her and not Rose. Rosalie basically expected all men to worship her, even if she didn't want them back. So she didn't necessarily want Edward, but she was upset because Edward fancied Bella whenever Rosalie's, very egotistical and feels that her beauty is top tier. Now, the exception to this rule are Jasper and Carlisle because they're already both in love. Okay, so number 6, Bella's lullaby was written with the family watching. Esme was there. Jasper and Emmett were playing an elaborate chess game with several chess boards. Alice was doing something. She was helping Jasper cheat. Esme was upstairs playing the piano. I believe Carlisle at work, and Rose was sitting on the couch, if I'm remembering correctly. This was actually when Edward was able to peek into Rosalie's mind and pretty much realized that she was envious of Bella because he loved Bella and not Rose. Alice also sang along to the lullaby whenever Edward was writing it and kind of helped push it into the direction it needed to go, which was very cool because when I think of Edward writing it, I kind of think of him alone, thinking of Bella, and then in the actual movie, it's kind of just him and Bella together, and I didn't realize that it was such a family thing. Everyone kind of had a part in making Bella's lullaby come to be. I thought that was awesome. And that was on page 148. I don't know if the page numbers matter. Tell me if the page numbers matter in the comments, because if you want like specific pages, I can do that. I've got all the pages, but I don't know if anyone really wants, I don't know if people want that, because no one is gonna skip ahead to like page 148 specifically and be like, oh my god, blah blah blah, unless some people do. I mean, I don't know. It's your prerogative. Just let me know in the comments. So number 7, I don't know why I said 7 like that, Jesus. It was actually Edward who said to Emmett, Hasn't anyone ever told you not to play with your food whenever they were hunting? So if you remember from the first Twilight movie, Laurent, James, and Victoria are about to attack Wylan, I believe. He's on his boat. And Victoria and James are kind of playing with him. Like, Victoria's flirting with him, and then James drops behind him, and that's when Wylan gets kind of nervous. And then Laurent says, hasn't anyone ever told you not to play with your food? I think that that line fit perfectly there, and I'm really glad that even though it didn't make it into Twilight with Edward saying it, I think that it was much better with Laurent, Victoria, and James having that to themselves. It gave us something before they... It gave us a bit of their character before they were actually introduced into the book, if that makes sense. I think that if that scene hadn't happened and we just met Victoria, James, and Laurent on the baseball field, it would have been like, it wouldn't have fit as well because we didn't have anything building up to it. So number 8, Peter and Charlotte came to visit the Cullens. Peter is considered a little brother of Jasper's, but Peter and Charlotte hunt humans. So I didn't even know that there were other vampires in the area, and I don't believe that the Twilight books or the movies alluded to the fact that Peter and Charlotte visited either. If I'm remembering correctly, I think that they do come in Breaking Dawn whenever the Cullens need witnesses to Renesmee's growth, but for sure they were not in the movie mentioned that they had come. So that was really cool to know that, like, the Cullens had some visitors while this was all going on, and it wasn't just the Cullen vampires, and obviously James, Laurent, and Victoria. Number 9, this was a little shocking actually. Like, I expected Jessica to be a little bit of a bitch, but she's kind of a lot of a bitch. So the movies and books made Jessica appear pretty nice to Bella, but she was extremely rude and envious of the attention Bella got from Edward and Mike. Jessica's thoughts toward Bella were never that nice. I mean, she was always jealous, always envious, kind of always like, I don't know what they see in her. She's plain. Look at me. And in the movies and the books, Jessica appeared a lot nicer than she actually was being. That was kind of crazy. Edward actually specifically states that he only really liked to watch Bella through Angela Weber's thoughts and on occasion teachers' thoughts, because they were the only ones who were really nice. The boys objectified Bella, especially Mike. His fantasies were very intense. Jessica was very mean and envious. So Angela was the one with the glasses. She is the one who asks out Eric. If you're not familiar with her, she was the nicest to Bella. Number 10. Maria had seen Jasper since his defection. So if you don't know who Maria is, I believe it's in Eclipse that they go into who Jasper was before he got with the Cullens. So he ran into Maria and 2 of her vampire allies, and she was gonna kill him, and she did end up killing him. She became Jasper's favorite. This was back whenever vampires kind of had territory. It was during the Civil War. That's who Maria is. So Maria created both Peter and Jasper. Jasper was her favorite, and Peter was actually a reason that Jasper decided to leave. And at one point, Maria looked Jasper up to have a visit with him, and she did visit him and the Cullens. It was very eventful, and it actually ended up with Jasper asking Maria to keep her distance. I thought that was amazing to be able to know that, because I wasn't sure if Maria was still alive. At one point, I was pretty sure. No. Okay, so what I was mixing up the woman who got killed for having the immortal child with Maria. I didn't know if Maria was even still alive. I didn't know if she had died. I didn't know if Jasper had to kill her. Like, I had no idea what happened. So to know that Maria still exists in their timeline, and to know that she had actually looked Jasper up is pretty cool. I wonder if there was any jealousy on Alice's part, just because Maria and Jasper did have some type of, like, I wouldn't say romantic, but there was some sexual tension there, and she was Jasper's favorite, so I just didn't know how that happened. I wonder how quickly Alice saw it coming, because I know that she wasn't keeping tabs on Maria, I'm sure, but that would be cool. That would be something pretty cool to see in a movie, to see Maria coming and visiting them. I only have 10 facts so far. I could have come up with more, but some of them are kind of trivial. I wanted to add ones that are kind of bigger. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments, like, all that great stuff, subscribe. Actually, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it would mean the world to me. And then if you want a part 2, let me know. If there are any other video ideas, or if you want me to do something similar with other books, TV shows, movies, anything like that, also let me know. I'd love to do that. God, my brain is gone. Oh yes, I was thinking about reading the book to you guys, to those who like to hear things read to them. I'm gonna record myself filming. I hate myself. I'm going to film myself reading the first 5 chapters today, and if you guys want me to post that, let me know. I absolutely will do that for you. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, whatever you want to do, subscribe on here, and I will try to get another video up ASAP Rocky, okay? I just kind of need to know what you guys want to see, so thank you guys, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.
I'm not scared of your stolen power.